And then we'll do your ears again tomorrow. You can do their ears about once a week. This is what I use. So you don't have to have an expensive or special one. You just want to make sure that it has these ingredients. And I believe this is for all pets. And you can use it, I think, up to once a week. I don't like to constantly be putting any kind of medicine into them unless it's necessary. So I do it, every couple of weeks. And of course, I look inside their ears too. And then when I do it, I'll usually do it back to back, one day, and then the next day, and then they're good for a while. And you can double check that, because I mean, I'm not a vet. I'm just going off my own experience, and that's what's worked for me for a long time. But it says you can do it every week, and it's a little bit, it's preventative for a lot of ear problems. I don't even need to say that. Everybody would know that. Sweetheart, let's do your nails. And we'll do your ears again tomorrow and do a little bit more brushing, but you just need to be trimmed up, and I need to get Morty's handiwork taken. I mean, she's got a knot on here. I mean, this is terrible. Let's get this off. When they've got a knot like this, usually this is the only knots I have to deal with them, is Morty trying to groom him, and then his fur here just gets matted. I mean, to this, almost to the skin. Is if I have to cut him out, like what I used to do with cats, is I get down as far as I can to the base of it, and I squeeze, kind of, I'll grab hold of it tight, and then I'll get a little tighter and a little tighter. And if you can squeeze really tight without them flinching or moving or any pain, then you do not have their skin. So you can cut above your finger line and then work from there. So that is something, a guide I've used for years and years, with grooming cats, and it works with them too. So I don't want to cut them. I haven't cut them yet. And in all the years of doing cats, I only nipped one time years ago. But yeah, just that's how I do it. I'm gonna stop the camera so I can pull him over here and work on this. I know, baby. One other thing you can do too is, if you have a comb, take the comb and work it underneath the knot, and wherever the comb stops, when you pull the comb up, obviously there's not skin, so you can cut all the way down to the comb line. That's another safe way to do it. All right, so I'm working on this, and so I wanted to add this real quick, because this is really bad. I mean, I don't know how she accomplished this in such a short period of time, but when you have a knot that's this bad, you don't, anything you cut off the knot, the knot will slowly start to come loose as you brush through it. So if you can't get under it, you just get as far down as you can safely go, and then you can slowly comb on it, and the knot will eventually it'll work itself out. So just some advice. And so I thought I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I thought I'd turn the camera back on for just a second and explain that as I was working on this. This is really something. This is really a good example for how to get a knot out. This is about the worst one that he's ever had. Morty, I love you, but geez, okay. I'm going to see with his his dark fur, if you can even see how bad this knot is. See this weird looking spot? This is all knot. She takes his little mane, like bangs for spriggy things, and she tries to groom him, and she gets him knotted all the way down here. I've never seen it this bad. And I just brushed him like a week ago, so she's been working on it. So far, I've gotten all of this just out of that one knot, just from working from the top down. But this is such a good example that I really hope that the camera's going to pick it up with their color. This is all knot. And I've gotten about half of it off. Yeah, poor baby. Okay, so I've been working on this for about 20 minutes now. And again, hopefully you can see. So I've gotten it all out, all the way down to the bottom. And he's nice and smoothed out now. Although, if you can tell, again, because of the black, basically all of his pretty bangs and stuff, in the back anyway, are gone, gone, gone. But the knot is gone. And just right here between his ears, between here and here, maybe a little 2-inch circumference right here, was all of this. Look at that. Thank you, Morty. Where are you, sweetie? Yeah. And this knot came about in the span of a week, because I just brushed him because he had the street sweeper bum thing going on again. And so if you're thinking about getting a rabbit, this is kind of a good video to see, because generally, even though Orville hates it, but he's tolerant, most rabbits do not like being groomed. And unlike cats and dogs, there aren't a lot of places to take them to have them groomed. So you end up having to take them to the vet. And it's very expensive, at least it is at my vet, because they don't want to be groomers. They're veterinarians. They're, so, but they will do it. And so it can be hard. And depending on the breed, for instance, Morty and Orville, they're lion heads. So if you want a lion head, an Angora, any of the ones that have any kind of long fur, yeah, I mean, unless you have deep pocketbooks and you don't mind paying the vet to do all the grooming and so forth, or you can find somebody who can do it, who you can trust, then you want to consider the breed too if you're thinking about getting a rabbit, because I know. Where are you going? Where are you going? You want out of here? It's just something to consider. It's just absolutely, rabbits are not like grooming cats and dogs, and they're not easy to find someone to groom them. They're not easy to groom yourself. And I know a lot of the rabbits on YouTube, they just sit there and get groomed and everything is great. And sometimes it's that way. But in real life, mostly it's not. And even and Morty, I'm gonna do an actual video of me doing her nails, and everybody is going to just gasp. So, but I think it might help a few people, and it's good to know. And it's literally the only way that her nails can be cut, unless the assistant to my vet sits on her on the floor, or they knock her out. So they literally have to put her out for surgery, for grooming and nails. And it's been a while, and so she's improved somewhat, but I think I'm going to make a video about that too. Anyhow, oh, this is so much better. All right, say goodbye, Orville. Poor thing.